Pretty similar. I mean, it gets tense as some of those things end up running close to the wire at the end. It becomes harder to plan ahead and harder enough to, there are a lot of moving pieces and it's hard to have, I guess, the forethought is not the word. It's hard to explain basically. As you're working on things, there are so many moving pieces around you, it's hard necessarily to have a really concrete foundation for every piece of what you're doing. So that, but it's similar for both companies, and I think, everybody goes into those events with a very solid idea, and it just, like I said, when I was working on it, it just morphs and morphs and morphs as it goes, and so all of the other peripheral books and writers and artists have to morph with it. And so it's an interesting ordeal, but no, very similar for both companies.
So another thing which from CB earlier, Scott from Marvel, you see that like Marvel had 40 editors looking 10 titles each time. So I was just wondering if Secret, well, I kind of read Secret Invasion, it's kind of so confused when Captain America was supposed to date something ended up fighting along with the rest of the heroes in Central Park.
Say it again, I'm sorry, I missed the last part.
Captain Marvel, Captain America was supposed to be dead, and then he ended up in the final scene for Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Was he in the final scene?
Yeah.
I think it was in Captain America. I think it was the modern Bucky Captain America.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Steve Rogers.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah. I'm thinking back to the scripts. It was the Thor. It was Iron Man. The modern new Captain America, because it was a big deal that those three characters had sort of gone separate ways. They came back together. And I apologize for talking about Secret Invasion. But anyway, it wasn't Steve Rogers.
Okay, I see. And just one final question, since like you have a lot of coordinations to handle, you're saying a lot of peripheral stuff happening all around. So do you have like a channel meeting with everyone, every writer to kind of coordinate?
No, it's just most of I'll go out of my way anyway. But I'll go out of my way to contact people directly if I need to, but for the most part, it's kind of up to the editors to make sure everything works. So if there's something that jumps out where I've written something that is the opposite of what DC's reality is otherwise, meaning it is wrong, it's up to the editor to tell me. It's impossible for us to keep track of those things.
Well, especially when this might have happened in the script they read that's not going to come out for reasons, and we've got to figure out, when your issue comes out, is it going to come before or after this big event that's going to happen? So, the editors really have to do that. But I definitely am in communication with people that I need to be when I'm working on a story. And when I was writing Wonder Woman, that was one thing that was very special about writing that book is everyone that I knew that had written her recently, from George, really forward, the main people, were very willing to answer questions and give me input and what their thoughts were on the character. What they were trying to do when they did something with their story and stuff like that. And so I think that's part, we have a shared universe, and so I prefer it when the writers can communicate back and forth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry, hi. My name is Melvin. I have a question. It's about the JLA. It's supposed to be DC's flagship group title, but right now it just seems like it's lacking the Big Seven and all that. It just doesn't have that thing like the Avengers has with Marvel. Something is there any plans for Justice League in the near future that really put them back in the spotlight?
Well, since I don't write that book, then I don't know exactly what's coming out from that, but they always put pretty good writers on there, and I know they do have some big plans. So stay tuned.
There have been like I've seen pictures in relation to the Big Seven being back together again. I suspect that might have something to do with the DC Online thing, but You should read stuff. You should actually go to this scurrilous gossip websites like readingwho.com, which Johnson manages to dig out the weirdest shit that you'll ever see, and a lot of it turns out to be pretty accurate.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Hi. A lot of it turns out to be very much
Yeah,
not
a lot of
accurate.
it doesn't.
I'd like
It's
to
a
ask,
gossip column.
I'd like to ask, how hard is it for y'all to kill a character and then after that bring them back from the dead?
It's hard to do well.
Kill a character and then bring them back from the dead.
No, I understand. I'm saying it's hard to do well. It's not necessarily hard to do, but I think it's hard to do it well, and hopefully people put as much thought as is
I'm
needed.
trying to think if I've done that.
I have done
I don't think so. So I can't answer that. Yeah, but I didn't kill her.
Okay, we've got some hands that we're up at the back as well. Let's try the back first.
it. You know what I was going to actually say related to your question about the JLA, and I don't want to comment on your personal feelings on the book. I'm sorry if you're not enjoying it, but when things are changed and there are new teams or variations of those things, I think a lot of times people get disappointed or confused by that stuff, and you have to realize that these are very old characters and very old teams, and eventually the lineup that you like, etc. These things tend to go back into these cycles. So none of these changes that people do. I remember, my friend Rick did the Punisher as Frankencastle. People freaked out, like, oh, and it's like, clearly they're going to eventually, he's going to be the regular Punisher again, just enjoy it. Have fun with something that's, a little
Oh
different.
my God, Steve Rogers is dead.
Right, these things have 67 years of history, and they'll have 67 more, and, they'll become taller and shorter and skinnier and fatter, and, it'll always go back to something that you like.
What I liked about the ending of Shadowland is that they didn't even pretend that people thought that Batman was dead. They didn't. They just showed up. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
I got two questions. The first is regarding major events and crossovers. So is there a gauge like where there'll be a stop? Because sometimes there's this feeling of event fatigue, like events after events after events. Will there be like a gauge to like slow it down and stuff like that?
If I understand your question right, if I answer it wrong, just let me know. I think that the thinking right now with DC is if we have an event, it's going to really count. It's not going to be just have an event after event after event, have big events. They are going to mean something, and there's going to be some things that are definitely changed by the end.
Okay, my next question is I'm a fan of Grant Morrison's GLA. So at that point of time, Wally West, Carl Rayner, they stood up when the other characters died. So now that all the characters are kind of back, what are the plans for all these second characters that kind of step in the shoes of their earlier heroes like Wally West, Carl Rayner, and even like Nightwing? What are the plans for like DC? Like, because like they are stepped aside,
Well, Paul is right now being featured quite heavily in Green Lantern Corps. So I don't think there's a danger of that. What about Nightwing's still?
Nightwing is Batman. You can find him in the pages of
Nightwing was
Batman.
Batman. So I think the only one that's missing in action is Wally. Wally West.
I don't know.
Yeah, Wally West. So
Okay, thank you.
there's one. That's right. Sorry, there's a lot of people. First, then.
I'd like to ask a question. Are any of you involved in any of the DC multimedia projects like Young Justice, beyond the comics itself, like maybe movie deals or anything?
Gail's been involved somehow.
I have been in the past, and I get asked, on and off. My main job is writing monthly comics, and once in a while a project will come up that's really cool that they'll ask me to get involved in. So I think it's fair to say that it will happen, but I'm not working on
Hi, this question is for Gail. Do you have any plans for progressing the relationship between Huntress and Catman? And if not, are there any relationships in Helena's future?
You just want to see Josh again. No, I said earlier, I don't know if you heard that we do have a Catman Huntress date coming up, an entire issue that devoted just to that. However, Catman's not the same dude that he was last date, so it's going to be pretty exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Or one, two, yes, yes.
With all the new characters coming up, as you say, in the future, what's going to happen to Cassandra Cain?
I can't really say much about Cassandra Cain, but I think you should stay tuned.
I was expecting a long answer. Yeah, okay. Oop. Yep, okay.
She is a great character.
Yeah.
Just two questions. One is, it's been said that Marvel, or rather DC superheroes tend to be more super than Marvel superheroes. What are your thoughts on this, and do you take any considerations, any particular considerations when you write a DC story? And my second question is more of a, I suppose, a fanboy question. Has anyone heard about this minor character that's dropped off the radar, Zoriel?
You're talking about, oh, Zoriel from GLA.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is my quick kind of condensed version of how I feel about the difference between the Marvel Universe and the DC Universe. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I believe the Marvel Universe is more something that takes place right outside your window. And the DC Universe is something more that you'd like to go to and be in with them. So I don't know if I would say one's more super than the other, but I think that Marvel has definitely made a really great effort at making it seem more real world and grounded, and DC is a little bit more mythological, more